We're going to take a look around, see what's here, and you get to come with me. But right after this station identification. Hey y'all, I'm Carolina Tony. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Today the road brings me to Townsend, Tennessee, and we are here outside of the Great Smoky Mountain Heritage Center. There is a village set up that will give us some type of idea of what 18th and 19th century Appalachia was like. This is the former site of the Little River Lumber Company. It was founded in 1901 by Colonel W.B. Townsend, from whom Townsend, Tennessee is named. From 1901 to 1939, the company's Little River Railroad Company built over 150 miles of railroads in the Smoky Mountains, and the company sawed over 560 million board feet of timber. It was here that the Townsend Mill would trade cars of cut lumber with Southern Railway to be shipped around the country. This is not the original wall and post. It was relocated to this site in Townsend and is now a museum. This is called a portable steam engine. They were used in the backwoods to power portable sawmills. They would be pulled to the site by a mule, and of course, being a steam engine, would provide the steam to turn the wheel, the flywheel, to operate a saw. The Shay engine number 2147 is a 70-ton Class C Shay locomotive, was built in 1909. And this is a special kind of locomotive. It was designed to pull heavy loads up steep hills and around sharp curves. Most of the times, the tracks that these things will run on were only used for just a few years, and then they would be discarded after all the lumber was gone. This is a log loader. And these log loaders were used by the Little River Lumber Company for pretty much its whole history. They operated on a set of rails on top of flat cars, and they rolled along the length of the train, filling up the cars as they went. Of course, I do not think this is the original location, but this is what the Williams steel would look like. There's a sign that says, "We are viewing one of the best kept secrets in the Smoky Mountains, an infamous steel whose ingenious underground location kept law enforcement officers and revenuers searching for it unsuccessfully for years." The steel was built in 1960 by Charles Williams and his family of Carr's Creek, who kept the entire operation hidden under his shed. It is on extended loan to the museum by his son, Mike Williams. So all this was set up under the shed, and there was an elevator system to go down into the steel from overhead. And that is what the steel room looked like when it was in operation. Old Charlie Williams, he was a sly old fox. Now this would have been the top side of Charles Williams' shed, And of course, this would have been the elevator down to his secret whiskey making operation. Oh, the smokehouse. Got them hams hanging up. After the first hard frost, the smokehouse became a busy place. This is where the meat for the family was cured and stored. In the Smoky Mountain, hogs were the most common source of meat. The hog was killed with a swift blow to the head with a mallet or by shooting, then boiling and scalding water scraped clean the hair. After butchering, the meat was either preserved by smoking or placed in a large trough, such as this one right here, and rubbed with salt. This is called a pole barn. I wonder why. Perhaps because it's made with poles. Called also a cantilever barn, since 90% of all cantilever barns built in the United States are found in blank and Sevier counties, making them the most exclusive to East Tennessee. Newspaper and other salvaged scraps of paper was used as wallpaper in the cabin. Water was brought from the creek or spring, mixed with flour to make paste, and the paper was glued to the wall. Not only did this brighten and insulate the walls of the cabin, but it provided a source of entertainment for the whole family. They could read. There's some more of that colorful wallpaper. And now, that is really neat. Of course, here is the steps to go upstairs. Babies and small children slept downstairs with their parents, often a cradle or trundle bed, while the older children slept upstairs. Notice these wooden gutters on the eaves of the house, just a wooden trough, and for a downspout, a chain going down to the ground. Here's our early Tennessee rope bed with a trundle. It was built in 1830 by Dan Fout. Montvale Station was used as a post office, serving 8 families in the Montvale Springs area as a stagecoach stop for the Montvale Springs Resort. This cabin was believed to have been used as an inn where travelers could stop for meals and lodging. There's even been stories reporting it was used as a hiding place for Confederate troops during the Civil War. This is a long cantilever barn. This is a steam engine. Here is a sawmill that utilized steam to turn the saw and saw those rough logs into lumber. This is a 1868 Baxter steam engine. The engine itself is located above the boiler. And an engine like this would have been used to turn the flywheel and turns to return a series of flywheels all down through the mill to operate various pieces of machinery. Has anyone ever heard of a set-off house? Well, this is a set-off house. Let's learn a little bit about what a set-off house is. According to a former resident of a set-off house, the houses were located so close to the railroad track that her family daily's routine was interrupted when the train carrying logs passed by. Fearing an accident from logs rolling off the train, the family would run from their home into the yard away from the tracks. Only after the train safely passed, they would return inside. And here is the Daily Times of Maryville. Here's a photograph of the Maryville Times around 1913, and inside the printing room, using equipment just like this to print out a newspaper so folks in these here mountains would know what's going on in the world around them. I'm sure thousands of people every year walk right by this stone and don't even realize what it is. This stone was located in the village of Tallahassee near the present-day Calderwood Dam. This stone was a communal grinding stone for barley, wheat, and corn. In the early 1900s, the grinding stone was moved approximately 12 miles by mule-drawn wagon where it crossed the Little Tennessee River by ferry. Charles Lunsford's farm, and in 2007, Lunsford sold a small tract of land, including the grinding stone, to the Henry family. And then in 2015, they donated it to the Great Smoky Mountain Heritage Museum. And this is where it's dipped out. It's where they would grind. I mean, you know, you think how many Native Americans put corn in here and was grinding the corn. Well, that is going to do it to our trip to Townsend, Tennessee, and our trip to the Great Smoky Mountain Heritage Museum. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give me a big old thumbs up. Be sure to tell your family and friends. But until next time, y'all have a good day.